After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hopefully. So we had a power outage. I don't know why, but all the lights, the whole lights in all the building flickered. It wasn't just us, and it killed everything, including the modem going out of the building. So the computer went down, the stream machine went down, the modem went down, everything went down. I hope you guys are coming back, because we're going to continue. But hey, you know, stuff happens.
Yeah, it's live.
It's live, yeah. It's a live stream.
Life happens. Okay, so
we'll pop out the chat.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. We're almost at the top of the hour. Hello and welcome back to Odin Makes live stream. I've been here for half of the last hour.
And we're still just barely getting started.
I was just saying this, but what happened is we had a power outage. All the lights in the building flicked on and off a few times, which killed the machine that's actually sending the signal out. I've got an independent stream machine, so even if the computer does go down, I'm still able to stream until that gets turned off because there's no power, and the fiber connection gets turned off because there's no power. So everything
all against us.
It was all against us, but it's okay.
We're back,
and we're still alive.
Yes. Okay. So Odin, you're a little more delicate than I am with the razor blade.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's my phone. I found it.
Yay, good.
Do you mind trimming it? I like this line right here, and then this is my center front, and then matching it to the other side, just trimming this away.
Yeah, sure.
Because I know you'll do it nicely, and I will just
Appreciate that.
Bulldoze through it.
Yeah, well, bull in the china shop too.
Yay. Yes, glad we're alive. Yes.
Yes, very glad we're alive.
Yes.
Terry White, welcome back, I think. I feel welcome. Eric Vincent keeps it exciting. Let me grab a knife here.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll never know what we're going to
You never know what we're going to have to do. Oh, wow, really? Joe Horde says, Odin, this channel helped me make the Red Ranger Power Sword. Thank you. That's awesome. You're welcome. I haven't done it yet. I want to. The reason I haven't done it is
so many props, so little time.
Well, that's a big one. Just before the pandemic hit, I was talking to a fellow at the Combat Command Center. I think I just said this last week. And he has the Power Ranger coins. He was going to loan me one so I can cast it. Yeah, because that's a big part of it for me. I don't want to try and sculpt that. And you can't 3D print it because Saban takes down the models as soon as they come up. Anyone that's good and worth printing is immediately removed. So, yeah, it's nice that he's like, yeah, I got one.
So,
I'm going to get a piece of cardboard.
Right. Got a hello from Italy.
From Italy?
Little.
Awesome. Hopefully Italy's still got its power. What's funny is we're not even PG&E.
No.
Joseph Jones, hello, say my name, please. Joseph Jones. Greg, the Dopity Dope 2007, well, I'm tired of being ignored. I'm sorry, Evan. Well, I'm sorry, Greg, the Dopity Dope. I can't read all the comments, and it has been my habit to not just read off every single prop request that pops through, because if you pay attention, there's so many of them, it would be 2 hours of me reading off prop requests, and that's all the stream would be. Hope that makes sense. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
But we do read them.
We do read them.
Yeah, they get noticed.
Be darn sure I'm not cutting the vinyl, because that is
That'd be easy.
unrecoverable.
Oh, we'd have to just recover the whole thing, and I'd rather not.
Right. Now I'm cutting just under the line for the most part.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Got a bit of a hiccup here.
I was talking about that lower line, but no.
Oh!
We're fine.
We can repair that.
No, it's okay. I was being conservative anyways, and I think I really did like the higher amount anyways.
Okay.
So as long as it's even on both sides, don't follow this line back down because it's not as pretty as that one.
Right. Well, I was gonna cut it off here.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping you'd do. Because, yeah. We got a hello from Germany. I could read that from here.
Oh, that's good.
Right?
Turn this around since I'm cutting through it. Oh, I did cut through it. Joe Will Robinson?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm not so delicate. Well, is that? No,
it's right on the
edge.
fold. Yeah. You'll be fine. We'll glue it.
Okay.
We'll glue it.
It's final.
That can mean a lot of things. It's final.
It doesn't glue is what I mean by it.
Yeah. Well, it's the back. You can patch it.
Yeah. Pretty disappointed with myself.
That's okay. I didn't mess it up.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
As long as it's not my fault, we're good.
Yeah. Well, aside from... Damn it.
It's okay. It's a vinyl. I'll stretch it. Figure it out. You know, it's his battle wound.
I think I put too much faith in the cardboard.
I think you did.
Joe Hord, you guys work so well together, you should consider doing a channel together. Hello from Brazil, from Kim, I don't know. Connor Cook is back saying, before the outage, I was going to ask, this may sound crazy, but could you take the foam chainmail and make a full-length cape? No, that's not crazy. I think you totally could.
I wanted to make a full chainmail shirt.
Yeah.
Eventually.
But,
yes, I feel like you really could, but this, I would prefer it if it was out of this.
Yeah.
The just a little bit thicker. Because if you wanted to do it out of a cape, I would consider lining it. Because we found out we can sew through this.
Right.
And it does get support by having a backing.
It does.
So if you really wanted to reinforce using it exactly as it is, I would just line it.
And then also because of the way it's made, it doesn't fall exactly the same as chainmail. It doesn't move as much as chainmail because each link isn't independent. You've got strips.
Yeah, well, it moves like a knit. It moves like a stretch knit. It curls. So if you're going to do a bigger piece, I wouldn't want to do it like a jersey knit. I would do the garter stitch, meaning going back and forth. So it would look chainmail on both sides as opposed to only having a pretty chainmail side and a knit side, a flat side. So if you were going to do a big piece, especially if you weren't going to line it, I would do it as going back and forth between directions. Mm-hmm. I know that's a little confusing, but yeah, and it falls like a knit. If you do it that way, then it'll fall more straight up and down, where right now, if you leave it at the way we were doing it for these pieces, it'll curl.
Yeah.
But if you interface it and line it, you can change those properties to whatever you're interfacing and lining to help you kind of adjust from that. So I hope that helps. But yes, I want to see a whole dress made out of this chainmail, and I plan on making one eventually.
Eventually.
Yes. Where's your glue? Oh, there it is. I see it.
It's all over the place. It's stuck around somewhere.
Glue. It's glued shut.
Yeah, that happens.
Peel some of those
I'm realizing that...
You have ignored your Patreon chat.
I have ignored my Patreon chat.
Yes.
So let me... Because Jerry Rig Props says, I have a question for tonight's live stream. It's tonight for Jerry because he's in the
other
British
side of the
Isles.
world.
Yes. Odin, do you hoard boxes of greebles and random stuff just in case you might need them? Yeah.
You guys can't see it, but
you can't see it. There's kind of piles behind me. Yeah, totally. My shop's got 16-foot ceilings. I've got some shelves, not as tall as Mythbuster shelves, but I got some shelves, It's full of cardboard boxes. I've got an attic at home that's full of cardboard boxes. I've cleared out most of the garage. Someone else's stuff has moved in. It's not mine for the most part, so that's kind of nice. So, the fact that my wife can't park her car in the garage is no longer my fault, but we're working on that. So, yeah, no, I totally do. And I try, anymore, maybe not so much in the past, I try to keep in mind what it is I'm hoarding. It is not like, am I going to be able to use this in 6 months? No, it's how hard would this be to replace in a pinch? How expensive is this going to be to replace in a pinch? That's more what it is, So I'm trying to be more selective on what I'm hoarding. Saving. But yeah, no, totally. I have had a number of yard sales back when I was unemployed and we're trying to make things work. We did really well because of all the Star Trek model kits, all the weird books, weird toys, some of it's weird light parts that, I hoarded. Totally. Oh, hey, we got a Brandon Britton. I'm new to foam craft. Can you use any leather pattern for foam?
Yes.
Yeah.
More or less.
Pretty much, more or less, yeah.
Foam and leather really do have a good overlap.
They do.
They are different. Leather is definitely more durable, breathable, and has all the more
longevity,
amiable qualities. But foam is amazing.
Yeah.
And so yes, they.
Yeah, you pretty much can. And a lot of the same tools will work.
And techniques, because this I would use with leather.
Yeah, this is totally a leather working tool, the glue pot.
Yeah, no, we use this vinyl and a hammer, and so yes.
Yeah, yes, you can.
Yes, but we save a cow.
Save a cow.
Just kill the environment. Who needs more fumes?
Right, we'll save one cow to kill the entire planet.
Who knows? Half a dozen one way or the other, right?
This is the human way.
But that needs to dry for a second.
Actually, I've got a friend. She's still going by kombucha cosplay? I don't remember. But she was trying to work on a sustainable version of Warbler, and what she was doing was taking the mother from making kombucha and drying it out and using it like Warbler. And she made a full Wonder Woman outfit doing that. Yeah,
because they use vegan leathers can be grown out of the mother, but out of molds and not molds.
Fungus?
Funguses. Those are a really great leather substitute because it breathes and has a lot of those qualities that we really like in leather that you can't really recreate with plastic.
Foam doesn't breathe at all.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But that is a really cool alternative, and I have been watching that technology progress, getting excited, and yeah. I feel like there's a lot of ways to do it.
There is. And I saw...
Fungi, yes, fungi.
Fungi.
Yeah. Why did the mushroom go to the party? Because he was a fun guy. Why did he leave the party? Because there wasn't mushroom.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be here all day.
Yeah, you will.
All right.
I'm going to chain you to the table. Odin versus Thanos, who would win? Well, I'm real.
Good point.
Now, if you're talking about, Odin from the MCU or Odin from Norse mythology versus Thanos, let someone else debate that. I'm not going to get into that. I like to make stuff. No, I like to eat stuff. Hey, says that I should make the case that Baby Yoda sits in, the little floaty pram. That'd be cool. You know who just made one? SKS Props. You know who else just made one? Downton Creations. Which I'm not saying that I'm against making a floating pram, but
I feel like I need one of those for Bruno.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because that's all he wants, just to be right here doing what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
And that's why he's not here today, because I needed some space.
Right. So Bruno's needs to have the blast doors that close too, then.
Right.
Okay.
Wait, that. Yeah. So
So welcome back to the first episode of the live stream where we just knitted with chainmail. You know, if I hadn't spent so much time making silly stuff for music videos and making helmets for WoW, I might have done a little bit of this.
No.
Maybe.
No. No, crafting takes time.
It actually occurred to me that I was like, oh yeah, I need to do that. So it wasn't like completely out of sight, out of mind.
No, just nagging. Sitting there staring at you going, why aren't you working on me?
Oh, cool. Jerry Rig Props, I think, actually heard his question answered. I got to hit the hey, guys. Enjoy making more chainmail. Good night.
Okay. Do we still have enough of the darker brown?
Yes, I should make a whole Robocop outfit from the 80s. That'd be awesome. I like that version of Robocop. I like Rob Bottin's suit. Joseph Jones. Odin, can you hold Thor's hammer? You mean the one I made? Yeah, of course I can hold it. I made it.
No, you're not allowed to.
But I'm interrupting the spiders. I broke the spider web that's back here. Now now a spider's out of house and home. Okay, no, I'm not going to hit her. It's Thor's hammer.
Well, now.
For whoever shall hold it can be the guardian of home guard.
You know, we have just enough of this dark brown for our project. That's exciting.
Good. Oops. Cork's falling over.
Because I liked this dark brown vinyl better than the other.
I should do Ghostbusters props. Yes, I should.
Yes. I built the backpack once.
Yeah.
Made 3 of them.
Okay, cool.
No, did we do 3 or 4? I don't know. It was at Decades.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that was a fun one. But it wasn't so much fun to have such a big realistic thing to carry around at parties. I think people prefer to have those blow-up backpacks if you're running around just goofing off in a costume.
Right, probably, because they're not lightweight.
It all depends on the party you go to. On what props you bring.
Oh. Well, I've got information that the reason why we had a sudden power outage and it flickered is because a pole was hit by a car.
Okay.
So
They were having a worse day than we were.
somebody's having a worse day than we were. So I hope they're okay.
Yes.
And it was only a mild inconvenience for us.
Right? That's what my brother does. He's a pole line worker, so he climbs up those poles and fixes them when people run into him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah?
For the city of Sacramento, so well.
Oh, okay.
For Spud.
For Spud. So you may very well be working on that here shortly.
Small world.
Okay, Adam Billick. What should I name my shop pieces? To props, my shop. Pieces to props or shoddy props. By the way, I love you guys. You inspired me to open my own shop. Well, that's awesome.
Don't do shoddy props, because you don't want people thinking you have shoddy work.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can go with that.
I like it, and I think it's a cool name. But
Yeah, it's a cute name.
But the other one's better.
Pieces to props, yeah.
Pieces to props.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you don't, even if you had shoddy work, you don't want to advertise that. Just saying.
Right.
In my opinion, you asked.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's good. Yeah. Don't
sell yourself short.
Don't sell yourself short. Don't constantly have the self-defecating humor, self-depreciating humor, because you'll project a value that other people will assign to you, right?
Good point. Hope things go well.
Oh, sweet. Dan Does Junk says, my Gundam head is almost done. Every time I show my wife, she asks me how much I'm going to be selling it. I'm glad she doesn't ask me how much I've spent on it. Uh-huh. I'm really glad my wife didn't ask me how much I spent on my Gundam suit. Yeah, it's true that I monetize the videos. Thank you all very much for participating in that. Your views are much appreciated. So it kind of helped a lot.
If we knit 2 together to full-length ones,
You can just cut it down to what you want, but you know that's longer than you need.
No, I know. I just want to have to do as little thinking as possible.
Well, if you were to break them in half, right?
Yeah.
Would half of one with a full one be long enough?
Yes.
And then you can alternate where the half is, because it's half on this end, half on that end, half on this end, half on that end. Okay.
Sounds like a good game plan.
Okay.
I just wanted to have some kind of a game plan of how is this going to go together.
We're going to put it together just like Lego bricks. You stagger them so they're stronger.
Yeah.
Of course, that works for actual masonry bricks too. But.
Yes. So.
All right. Janice Usser. I'm going to just butcher that last name. USRR. Usser. Urser? Is it Urser?
I don't know.
I think he'd use so Earth user, but maybe it is Urser. Great little question. Can I explain what a foam ruler is and how you make one? Yeah, I totally can. Looks like Felicia might even be going and grabbing a foam ruler.
Oh, yours are over here.
Yeah, they're hanging up with the other rulers. When you're making, okay, so you want to make yourself armor, Mandalorian armor. You want to make yourself foam plate. You want to make a piece of foam that's going to wrap around your head. Well, you can use a tape measure, and the tape measure will give you what your size actually is. And if you use something as thin as the tape measure, that's all the length you need. Like if a piece of paper is only going to need however long to go around. Foam has thickness, just like trains have noise. And when you want to do something with foam, what you're going to need to do is get a foam ruler that's the thickness you're working with. So this one here in particular is what, 4 mil? Yeah. I'm kind of invading your space a little bit. And so with this particular 4 mil ruler, and then I've got one here that I've made out of floor mat foam, and I've gone through and every inch just made a line. And I've got the colors alternating. So it's just, makes it easy that, hey, that's 2, that's 4, and this little spot makes 10, or it makes 5, excuse me, I'm reading it. And so I marked it as being 10, so I know that it's, 5 inches, 10 inches, 15 inches, because, I'm an American and I'm used to working with inches, so units. I'm still units. It's still the units of preference, because that's what I'm used to the point that I can eyeball it. You can totally do this with centimeters too, of course, whatever units you want to use. The point is then that you take your 4 mil ruler and you can start on your arm and wrap around, and now with a 4 millimeter thickness, if I want that much space to fit on my hand, it's going to be 12 inches. I know I kind of let it go before I showed it off. But that's different than the amount of foam you're going to need to wrap around your wrist if it's floor mat or 10 millimeter thick foam. At least it should be. It's not much different.
Yeah. It gives you a better gauge of what you're working with. And also measuring on curves, things get skewed and shifted around. That's why I like this flexible ruler for kind of a similar reason. Mm-hmm. Because when you start curving your measurements,
right?
Oh my gosh, is it hard to get the
measurement right with just a
curved
regular fabric ruler.
Rulers are amazing.
So I actually ended up with about 12 again, but I wasn't really trying that hard. So it's still 12. But I have noticed that when I'm making a pattern with the aluminum foil and duct tape, that I need to add a little bit to it because of the thickness of the foam. And that's what the rulers are doing. So I know that foam this thick is going to fit around my head because it did. And you just put your units that you want on the foam so you can, on the foam ruler, so you know how to read it. And then there's the curved rulers that you can actually get. They have a wire inside that'll hold the shape, just like Felicia was talking about, that has, friendly units on both sides for all of us backwater people that use inches, and for every other civilized country in the world that uses metric. Both are here, and you're able to bend it and hold the shape. And this is a much better way to get some of the finer curves for your patterns or whatever you're working with.
Yeah. And it also, there's space for the ruler inside of this to shift. Because when you bend things, the outer layer is a different measurement than your inner layers. So, yes, measuring curves.
Measuring curves, exactly, yes.
Yeah.
So all I did was I cut a width that was comfortable. I think this was just as wide as a standard ruler that I've got, and then made marks on it. And that was about it. Is that good enough? Did that cover it? Or did I make it too simple?
Full details.
Devils in the details.
Right? If you really want something to look professional, them details.
And yeah, for some reason, rulers are one of those things that I've managed to hoard like other stuff. There's been 2 or 3 different jobs and art jobs I've had that when it was all said and done, there's a bunch of rulers left over, so I took them because they're just going to throw them away. So I've got tons of metal rulers and weird things.
And at the end of the day, this one's my favorite.
Which one have you got? Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah. I was always annoyed you didn't have one, so.
Yeah, I appreciate you, because this has got a center find on it. It's transparent. It's got 1/8 of an inch marked off on it.
Yeah, you can see through it. It's transparent.
Right.
It's just an easy, I don't know, it's my go-to.
The only reason I don't use it is I'm usually using it as a straight edge to cut with, and I carve the edges off of plastic rulers, and then now they're no longer straight. And in my mind, I know that's no longer straight. I can't trust it for a straight line because I took a fingernail bite out of it. So
Yeah, that's the biggest, because yeah.
Yeah, so I don't use wooden rulers to cut with, and I don't use plastic rulers to cut with. That's why I got so many metal rulers.
Yeah, but they're the best for drafting.
Yeah, and even then, I still sometimes carve a little bit of the aluminum off of the aluminum rulers because, I'm a beast, I guess. A little heavy-handed. Hey, Maker JP's here. Oh, we use inches in the UK movie industry. Really? You still use inches? Oh, cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, this is, of course, not trying to imply that I'm saying that the UK moving industry is uncivilized. I just know it's a big joke that, the US kind of sort of flirted with the idea of maybe adopting the metric system. That, nah, that sounds like work.
Although we technically did.
Yeah.
So there's that.
But why teach it to anybody? Okay, Napera97 a couple of times has said that they really enjoy it when I make my own design props and that I should do more, like a Mandalorian design. Thank you very much. I'll be honest, one of the reasons I don't do it so much is comes down to it's a monetized channel. And it has proven to me time and time again that if I do a prop that is known...
Toby, sorry.
She stepped on the dog. If I do a prop that it's known, do something that somebody's looking for, I can drive new traffic to the channel, and it's usually better on the monetized end. As far as making my own props, yeah, that's fun. And the one that I can't talk about wasn't my design, but it was totally an original design and idea. And so I got to build it to try and look like, something else. Look like the design they wanted. And I know I'm hemming and hawing about that, but I'll be able to show that in end of December. Just trying to be nice. Oculus 2003. It's an elegant measurement for a more civilized time. Or age, more civilized age. And what Jack of all trades is saying, I don't even see the whole thing, but absolutely right. Take a bucket, fill it up with hot water, and soak your spray cans in it. Yes. Let them warm up until they're at least warm to your hand. And they're going to spray better, and the paint's going to dry faster, and the paint's going to dry smoother.
And you won't get that
wrinkle, yeah.
When it's cold and it's sprayed, it does this wrinkle thing, and...
Also, when it's cold, gloss won't be gloss, it'll be frost.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
The things you find out.
All these things, because paint's finicky and wants to be its temperature. Kind of like it says in the can. Okay. Greg, the Dopey Dope 2007. Good night.
Good night.
Yep.
Sweet dreams.
He says he's got to go to bed.
To me, it's a Monday afternoon.
Yep, to me, it's a Monday afternoon. After this, I've still got a full day of making WoW helmet.
Well, it looks well.
We got a Ratchet and Clank joke about the guy who hit the Powerball. Oh, my last name sounds like user. Cool. And you're welcome, Janice, for answering your question. Trying to pay attention to the chat because I'm not exactly doing a seriously mind-numbing task here. Well, not mind-numbing. What would be called? Requires a ton of attention. Requires a lot of thought power.
Yeah, you're doing a repetitive task.
Joe Horde Odin, what are TGRE?
I don't know.
I don't know. Tiger E. I don't know. I'm not familiar. If this is a call out or pop culture trivia question, I'm totally gonna bomb it. I do not know.
What does it say? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a tardigrade. I don't know.
Those are little water animals that are adorable and microscopic.
Right. Well, that's right. I'm doing that tomorrow.
What?
GeekCon. They're coming up in December. They're doing a virtual con. So tomorrow they're going to contact me through a Zoom meeting. Not quite this time, a little bit earlier in the day. And doing a quick little interview and want me to ask, so it's pre-recorded, some trivia questions for you guys. So apparently I will be appearing at GeekCon. You'll go look that up. I'm sure geekcon.com will work. And it's a virtual con happening in December.
Cool.
Just a weird thing that came to mind because of trivia questions, right? It's like, oh yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah. Fit.
Hugs from Brazil. Thank you,
Hugs.
Marcelo. Holly Stutchman, you should make the engine that is in the back of the DeLorean.
Well, you did the DeLorean-ish.
I've done the interior of the DeLorean, and when I worked at Play, the president got a hold of one of the official Mr. Fusions. Ooh. It was just the white tower part, so it was the coffee grinder with the special base they made, and that's all it was. But it was actually one of the props used for one of the vehicles, because there's multiple versions of the DeLorean, right? You have ones that actually drive around, ones that fly from wires. There's stripped down ones that they use for close-up shots. Like the in order to do all the through the windshield shots of them talking in the car, there's no hood. There's no front end at all. It's just the body with some of the stuff behind it in case you need to see it. And it's down to such a point that in the beginning of the Back to the Future 2, when they're flying in the rain and the windshield wipers are going, there's no motor to make those windshield wipers work. Plus,
so is that somebody with
noise.
A string?
So it's somebody with a hand crank just going, that's a PA's job.
I was going to say,
Yep. And you can see that in some of the making of. So this Mr. Fusion that my boss had from Play Incorporated was probably off of one of those. But it was an official one, and I got to make the cooling tower that it sat on. And that actually went up for auction not too long ago, because the owner for Play passed away a number of years ago now. And so his collection finally went up with, I don't know which auction house it was out of LA. But that piece went up for auction, including the part that I made for it.
cool. We did a little mini Mandalorian. What did I say? That DeLorean.
You keep doing this Mandalorian mix-up. We're gonna get a Mandalorian armor mashup that's got the.
I was like, that would be kind of cool, honestly. But we did a little mini one for that episode with puppets, but that was before you.
Right.
Because Pat built it out of a Barbie, not a Barbie Jeep. It was a Barbie.
It was a Corvette.
Corvette,
right?
yeah.
That Corvette was actually still there when I was working at Smosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mini.
Yeah,
the mini DeLorean. I remember that. It's puppets.
Puppets.
A lot of weird experience with puppets.
Yeah.
I like puppets.
Yeah. Oops, dropped a piece. Thomas Kennard says, will you be making any more horror props or Star Wars props in the future?
No, never.
Never, no. No, Star Wars is dead.
Nobody likes Star Wars.
Nobody likes Star Wars. Okay. Yes. It isn't 100% intentional that all of my horror props seem to fall on Halloween. It's just a real obvious time to do it. I think I've done a few other times in the year. Yeah, I will be doing more horror props. I don't have any planned right now. I know like the reverse bear trap is one that's always requested. I've joked often about just making a butcher knife.
Well, you did do the knife with the...
I did do the machete, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people ask about a Michael Myers mask, and I'll be honest, while that sounds kind of awesome and fun, it is way too easy to just get a Michael Myers mask.
Yeah, but they're expensive.
Not really. They're $20. I don't think I can make one for less than $20.
Okay.
Not with the hair, the paint, and everything else.
Yeah, just don't buy them during
I
Halloween, because they're about $50 during Halloween.
Okay.
I get it early.
Yeah, or immediately after.
Yes, right.
Right. So,
1, 2, 3, 4.
you know, and there's, you're going to get variable quality. When I say they're $20, you'll probably need to repaint it and help it out. But that's the whole idea behind the Michael Myers mask, right? It is a DIY mask. It's what it was, literally an off-the-shelf mask in '78 when they made the movie. So, you know, but that's just me getting distracted on horror props. Star Wars props, yeah, absolutely. When I'm done doing the WoW helmet, I'm going to do something for the Mandalorian, and so that's going to be a week from Wednesday. Is going to be my next Star Wars prop, specifically for the Mandalorian.
Cool.
Yeah. And after that, I'm planning on doing My Hero Academia.
I just bought face masks for that one.
You just got some face masks for it?
Yeah.
What does it say? Plus Ultra on it, or?
One has some characters, one has anyways, they had
Okay.
some crazy face masks at Ross the other day that I had to get.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. It's not the worst.
No. The show's fun.
Right?
Okay, Joe Hoard. I think we've talked about him once before. Odin, I'm going to start a Leviathan X soon, and I don't have a terminal battery for the lights. Is there a different way to make it light up? Absolutely. Don't buy 12-volt lights. That was a mistake I made, and so why I ended up using the Makita Milwaukee battery that I used was because I bought 12-volt lights and I had to have a 12-volt power supply. Just make sure you buy 5-volt lights. If you get lights that are powered by 5-volt, they're going to be just as bright. It's not like they're suddenly brighter. The LEDs are only rated for like 3.5, so it's just stepping the power down less. And then you, with that, you can run it off of just a rechargeable battery you'd use to recharge your phone. You can get one at Harbor Freight Tools on sale for like $5. That's how the lights for the Gundam helmet work. And that would be a much easier way to do it.
Hindsight, right?
Hindsight, exactly.
So learn from my mistakes.
Yes, please, learn from my mistakes. If you wanted to be a little more industrious than that, you can always use an 18650 battery, which will spit out pretty much the right voltage for LEDs. And I have found auctions on eBay that make the circuit boards that are specifically designed to recharge the 18650 batteries. So you're able to wire that up, and then you just plug it in like you would any other cell phone or tablet or anything, and charge it. And that works. I've done that with, that's how the Gundam Bean Saber's powered. But that's a little more involved, and it was fun to do. You know, and I'd do it a couple more times, but I think I'm going to use the pre-bought rechargeable batteries more.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's just easier. I have not seen Prospect, Crow Hill Studios. Sorry, my progressive lenses, I wasn't looking quite right. Crow Hill Studios, I have not seen Prospect. It looked cool, I'll admit that. I love the variants of spacesuits, because I am a fan of spacesuits. I'm a fan of armored spacesuits. So.
And inflatable ones.
And inflatable ones. David Oceanek? Ocean AK. Ocean, Alaska. What is the most iconic pop that you have ever made? I think there's supposed to be an R in there. Yeah. Most iconic pop that I've ever made. Have I made anything that was actually a pop?
Well, you did that.
Can I answer this actually? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I do the pop-ups at the beginning of my videos, and it has a little sound that's literally me going in the sound booth at KVIE.
Yes, you have done an iconic pop.
I have done an iconic pop.
So yes.
Yes. Let me get some spit off my finger. Most iconic prop. Well, that's going to be pretty much open to debate, right? What
do you guys think is the most iconic?
Yeah. Whose idea is a prop is iconic? I mean, the Yoshi egg I made could have been an iconic prop. It was just made as the Pokemon Go egg because it was an Easter egg. You know, I wouldn't say the portal gun's iconic. What would be actually iconic?
Thor's hammer.
Yeah, Thor's Hammer is pretty much an icon. Because that transcends even pop media. So, yeah, maybe Thor's Hammer.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I have one more of these. Can I fit it in?
You know, I keep doing everything that's pop culture, so. For the most part. Eric Vincent got a scoot. Good night, Eric.
Sweet dreams.
Harvey Harrison says, I would adore you to create an accurate Witch King helmet, not the simple pattern one that's floating around. I actually had to think there for a second. Saying Witch King, not Lich King.
Oh, so Witch King.
Yeah, which Witch King? Which Witch King is which? If you weren't here earlier, before the power outage, I'm currently working on a Lich King helmet, but that's a bit different. Oh, I bet Witch King is Lord of the Rings, which is very similar to this one, actually.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's very, very long and all the spiny broken wood stuff on the top. And yeah, anyway.
Oh, we got a good morning from Macau, China. Love your channel. Good morning.
Good morning. So that's
Is it Tuesday?
Wednesday's video. That's when that one's going to be coming out.
So I am just slightly...
I just need to paint it.
one little bit shy and short.
No.
I have the wrong color, but I can make...
Totally don't have any more of this at all?
Well, this is old vintage fabric that I was like, ooh, this is the right kind of texture.
Oh, it is. No, it's awesome.
But I don't want to do the up. Like, I have other vinyls, but they're not quite the right one.
Right.
And I thought I had enough of this, but I'm just one little corner shy, which I may just stitch in and patch in and throw it on the back.
Sure.
Side back and just hide it as much as possible.
Yeah. I'm sure that's just fine.
And just piece it in.
I'm not going to tell.
Yeah, but they all know my secret now.
No, they don't. They know nothing.
They know nothing.
They know nothing.
Of my misjudgments. Yeah, this was from my fabric hoard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I'm actually suddenly doubting myself. I'm folding and putting the hole through the hole, right? That's all it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and then you have to make sure you do it in the other way, alternating back and forth when you put the next row on. That's when you have to think about it again.
Do I have to alternate back and forth? Okay.
A little bit. Remember when we did the scales ones? No?
No.
No.
It's been a little bit, and there's too many different variations that we did.
Yes,
and the
we
last
did.
the last time the major knitting happened, I just weeded the unwanted bits out.
Yeah. I'm just going to patch that in.
Okay. I think.
Yeah. I'm just going to patch that in. Don't tell.
Okay,
It's a
won't
secret.
And honestly, thinking about it, I may not always break these at the same spot.
Yeah.
Just so the broken point isn't always in the same spot.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
As long as I use the same piece, right? It doesn't really matter.
Goodbye, Austin Collins. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Austin Collins.
Yeah, I'm going to just wait to cut this one out till I have the foam underneath it, because then I can just glue it directly to the foam.
Right.
And you won't even see my patch at that point.
Do you? Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah, no, that'll totally work.
Right?
Do you have, you want the red foam, right?
Yeah, just the really thin stuff.
Yeah, it's in one of the boxes over there
Okay.
near the head cast of Seth. Joe Hoard, have I ever considered making a full Batman suit cosplay? Actually, I have not fully considered making a full Batman suit cosplay.
You made almost.
I've made lots of parts. I haven't.
Do you have an open package or?
I do, but you can open that one if you want. There's some in boxes. I think they come in boxes now. Sorry, I'm directing somebody off camera.
Oh, up here. It's this one.
Yep. Well, any one of them. The one that's got should have a red. That's the multi-pack. It's got it in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that because those are both 4mm foams, 6mm foam, and then this one didn't say.
Oh, it's just backwards. Okay. I may not have ordered.
Yeah, this one's it.
Okay. Whichever. Those are all not plastic. The beginning of the game. We are trying to pattern it after Witcher 3, you know, what you very much start with.
Ooh, that's a sword handle.
That is a sword handle. And that's Cosplay Apprentice. Thank you very much, Cosplay Apprentice.
Okay.
Adam's asking, do you guys like football? So who's your favorite team?
Are you talking about football or soccer?
Fair enough. Well, let's be all American and assume that he's only talking about American football.
Okay, because, you know, I was a stage manager for the Sac Republics there for one whole game. No.
One whole game?
No, they needed someone to come in and fill in, and, you know, I know rest. Anyways.
Yeah.
So they're my favorite team because I literally was rooting for them.
Right, that's cool.
But football, like, I'd say I'm 49ers fan. How about you?
You know, I don't really have a team that I'm favorite for because I don't really follow football. I can enjoy a good game, but I don't pay attention. So, but I don't hate football.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. Let me start with this. Can this fit on here? It's just barely a little narrow. How wide is this? No, it should be able to fit.
Thank you, Sam. This is a nice cap shield.
Yeah.
My broken cap shield.
Well, didn't you break it on purpose?
Oh, fully, yeah. I made it, and then a friend Thorcules says, you know what you really should do? You should break this. It looks like the one from Endgame. Totally just trying to tease me to see if he'd get, you know, like, no, I can't cut up my prop. You let me. I was like, oh, that sounds like a great idea. Let's make a video out of it. Not the reaction Thorcules was expecting. All right. Dark Crescent has a pretty good question. Dark Crescent is asking, hey Odin, I have a question that, what's the best help you can give to a beginner? I want to start making a Destiny 2 weapon, but I want to start off with something simple. What prop should I start off with? Okay, well I couldn't name off Destiny 2 props in general because I don't know them that well. I know Punished Props just did a Destiny 2 handgun, but I think that was primarily 3D printed. I could be wrong. Maybe he did make that out of EVA foam. I haven't watched the video, but I know that he just did one. Or they. It may not just be Bill working on that one. If you want to make something from Destiny, what you want to do definitely is pick something that you really like. Because you're going to be looking at this thing and working with this thing for a few weeks. Maybe even longer. So you don't want to pick something that you kind of like, because if you only kind of like it, you'll probably kind of lose interest. And it's one of the really hard things with working on props for yourself is getting them finished. If you don't have a deadline, something that's you know pressing you to finish it, it can be really difficult to finish working on a prop.
Very true. Where's the ruler? The clear.
The clear ruler?
Yeah, I keep hiding things from myself. Okay.
Know that you're your own worst enemy or your own worst critic. So you're going to look at what you're working on, and you're going to see the fine details, the tiny things that bug you because you know you cut it slightly wrong. You know that you cut through the foam and cut the vinyl. It's going to bug me. Does it matter? It probably doesn't, because I think the piece she's making is going to go over it. But until it goes over it, it's going to bug me.
Yeah, that does bother you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But you know that's all just a me thing, and so know that when you're done making something, somebody's going to look at the entire thing you made. They're going to look at the finished project as a whole. If you ask them their opinion and ask them to judge it, they might nitpick it and point things out. But generally, people don't do that.
No, most people aren't jerks.
No, most people aren't jerks. They're totally...
They'll think it, but they won't say it.
Right. And that's fine, because that's kind of the way things work. At least I think that's fine. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe.
It's like this, okay.
It doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother you?
It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
It would bother you, but no, it doesn't bother me.
Getting distracted because I'm trying to think about what I'm doing with the knitting.
No thinking. You're not allowed to do that.
Yep, it hurts. So that's was that a complete answer? Otherwise,
just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Complete it. Don't let yourself talk yourself out of your accomplishment.
Right, and know that your first prop is your first prop. Know that it's like your first draft, and some of the first things I've made more than one of to improve on them or to add to them. Now, if you're only making a Destiny prop, that's not the same as making a full costume where next con you can add better feet, you can add better hair, things like that to improve it. But it's totally the way it works. A sharp knife is your best friend. A sharp knife is also the safest knife. You're not going to be fighting with it and it won't suddenly slip and bite you. Yeah. But a sharp knife will get you very clean cuts in your foam or your cardboard, and you'll get a much nicer prop because the edges will look more intentional and finished. So you want sharp blades, and don't be afraid to use a straight edge on anything that's a straight line.
Yeah.
You can eyeball it, and that's fine, and I do still. But overall, I try to follow a ruler, just like I try to follow a recipe. You know, I'm not comfortable winging something like a recipe because I'm going to mess up the chemical stuff and it's not going to work.
Okay, it's all done. Can you see your...
Oh.
It's right here.
Yep.
You'll never notice it
unless
you look that close. And honestly, if you were to go through and add some...
Sharpie?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But distressing.
Distressing, right.
What I typically do is along the edges and seams, I will take a Dremel and just rough them up because that just gives you the right kind of distress, and so that's right in a rough it up spot, so you'll be fine.
Okay.
I didn't glue this part. I have to wait for more glue to dry. But the bottom part that I was worried about now is working.
CWJ Fryer. Odin, love your original format, but love the addition of Felicia and I assume Joe. It says no. So much more. Well, good. I'm glad you don't mind that I've got a crew that comes in and helps me. And I do very much appreciate your company and your expertise and your help.
Yes. My opinions.
Your opinions, for sure.
So.
It's great. You get me to think about things differently.
Yeah.
And hey, what do you know? It's a collaborative effort, and all of a sudden, usually it's better.
Right?
Now, things where that doesn't work is when you have 8 or 9 people trying to write a script by committee. That's usually worse.
Yes. I can agree. I want this clear ruler to be not cut, like... It needs to be metal so I don't do it, but I really like being able to...
Transparent aluminum.
Right. That would not be...
Oh, jack of all trades in all caps. Hey Odin, how did you fix the weathering on Captain America shield? Well, all the weathering was done with acrylics on top of automotive spray paint. So all I needed to do was take a wet nap or you know a moist towelette, and we literally cleaned it off. Thorcules and I both did. We sat here because Thorcules borrowed the full shield to go to a con, and the weathering was so bad on it that it was just too heavy, because I just did it really quick. And so we went through and cleaned it off. And honestly, it's so much better having had 75% of the original acrylic paint wiped off. It looks so much better now. But it was just, cleaning wipes.
Baby wipes.
Baby wipes, yeah. Like a year later, or maybe not that long, but it was a while later that fixed them.
I'm going to get 2 sheets so I can cut out 2 sides at the same time.
Yoda Master, what is the most difficult prop you've made? Right now?
The one you're currently working on?
The one I'm currently working on. Not the chainmail, but the Lich King helmet was because I didn't give myself a lot of time. That, and it's really pretty ornate and really very organic. It is a much better thing to sculpt from clay and cast, or sculpt from foam clay and let dry, than to try to freeform sculpt it from EVA foam. But we didn't have the time to let it dry. I needed to have the video done, right? So, time to plow ahead, and it worked, and it's working out totally, and it's going to look great when it's painted, because it already looks great. But the Lich King helmet is definitely one of the more difficult props that I've made.
Keep challenging yourself.
That's what I'm doing. If I don't challenge myself, I get bored. Maker JP is letting us know we can get a clear ruler with a steel edge.
Now I want that.
Right, just like we can get a wooden ruler with a steel edge, but that's very cool.
Yeah, but this one in particular is my favorite. You know how many of these I've left in the car and they've just warped? All
of them?
No, this one's not, and I have the one at
okay.
home. But not all of them yet.
Not all of them yet.
But I do go through several.
Fernando is letting us know that, meanwhile, they're at work, which has had to stop what they're doing and watch Odin and Felicia. Hi! We're contributing to non-productivity. International non-productivity.
I like to listen to podcasts while I'm working at work.
Totally. All right, yeah. Hey, Nicole, I will tell Joe that you said hi, definitely. Well, okay. Sniper Cam 007. Hey, Odin, I'm going to do a shield next, but how can I get the shield to bend around my forearm? So, in what way are we talking? Meaning to
hold it up, or meaning...
Yeah, because like this bend of a... if you're only trying to bend it in one direction, then I would layer 2 pieces of foam on top of each other and literally curl them while you're sticking them together with the contact cement. Because that'll hold that curve, or most of it anyway.
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah, at that point. Just like you're laminating bits of wood into a chair or a big Wonder Wheel, you glue them together bent because they'll stay together better.
Remember how I told you going back and forth?
Yeah. It's totally wrong, right?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't the way we did it. It's
no, you did it right. It's just this row right here that you just did is wrong. So see how these are supposed to be flat in the back? And you are alternating.
You still need to alternate.
No, you have to alternate so it doesn't happen. So you just have to... Yeah, but you're doing a garter stitch. That's not right.
No, it's not. I kind of felt like it wasn't right. It's like, all right, that's my understanding.
Yeah, no, I wanted to catch you before you got too far.
Because I have a completely different mental approach to how to do this, and then I get told how to do it some other way. It's like, all right, I'm trying to follow those rules.
I will stay quiet, I promise. But no,
okay.
This row and this row is wrong. This row and this row are not. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Okay. Because you want a flat side and a bumpy side.
Right. So you just feed them through from the same side consistently, and you'll have a flat side and a bumpy side.
Yeah, I just was saying alternating, meaning this way. You know how you have to... So you have this edge. It's just alternating that way.
Okay.
Not alternating.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So that we're on the same page.
Okay.
But at least you didn't get too far. So I was just seeing what people say.
Oh, that's fine.
freehand this, and I shouldn't, but I'm going to.
Okay. Is it because you don't have a clear ruler with a metal edge?
No, because it's a curve.
Oh, man, okay. You're kind of stuck freehanding a curve.
And I just have more faith in my freehanding than I do if I...
What can I use to Lenny Connors? What can I use to strengthen a sword? It's made from foam and it's very floppy. Multiple things. I've used PVC pipe. You can get, if you look around, you can find a CPVC pipe, which is more of a manila color. It's not quite a pure white, and it is actually a 1/2 inch on the outside. It's a compact PVC pipe. It's meant to be not quite interchangeable with copper pipe, but similar. Other things, we've used garden stakes. I use golf clubs all the time. I go to the Goodwill.
Now, do you do it from its interior support versus exterior support?
Most
because if it's already built...
If it's already built, yeah. All the things I'm suggesting are interior support. She's got a good point here. So it's already built. I think you're going to have to do surgery and put something inside of it. Otherwise, you're going to end up with something on the outside of it. Yeah, right?
Pretty much.
So yeah, I would just, I don't know. The amount of, it depends on the expense and how happy and perfect you feel with the sword you've got versus starting over. And starting over might actually work out a little better because you start over, you're not going to be having to fix.
Bless you.
Trying to fight that.
You've already hit these hurdles before,
Oh, yeah.
and now it's time to just revisit them. But yeah, sometimes don't be afraid to just drop it and re-begin again. Just from my opinion.
There we go. William Connors has got some great answers there for you on Lenny Connors. The two Connors are answering each. Oh, that's Graphite Golf Club Chefs and Armature Wear, which is both very much
things that really do
workable
work.
things.
Yeah. Big sticks.
Big sticks.
Big sticks.
John Gago Miranda says, "Soy too fun." Soy too fan.
He's our fan. Soy, you.
Oh.
I'm your fan.
Excellent.
Soy too fan.
Yeah, I had somebody who could tell me what. Well, thank you.
Like butter.
Like butter. Love how Nicole, Jack of all trades, is always all caps.
Well, notice me.
Basically, it's notice me. It's not yelling at me. For some reason, asking what my opinion is, would the RX-78 win in a fight, or would Optimus Prime win? So I guess we're talking about trying to take the two of them and squaring them off, and who would win. I haven't double-checked the scale, but I'm pretty sure the RX-78 is considerably larger than Optimus Prime. And so...
I don't know. The Death Star was bigger than Luke Skywalker, and he figured out how to find a vulnerable point.
It was, yeah. The RX-78 is also better armed. Death Star was better armed too, but...
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, that's totally cool.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now where is this piece?
So doing chainmail is best if you sit down and zone out and binge watch something.
Oh, definitely.
Especially if you've seen it before, because it doesn't require your full attention. You can just enjoy it.
Yeah, that's knitting for you.
That's knitting, yep.
Right?
Connor D. Say, Odin, what is your favorite Star Wars movie? Rogue One.
Really?
Yep. Second favorite, New Hope or Empire. That's a tough one, actually. Probably Empire. I've said Empire for years.
New Hope's my favorite. Wait, no. Is it? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
The last one
The last one?
of the three.
Of the original three or W Jedi?
W Jedi, Return of the Jedi?
Return of the Jedi is the third one that came out in 1983, yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, I
New Hope is Star Wars. They just
Yeah.
gave it a new name to make it different from the others.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, no, I think Return of the Jedi is my favorite, for
Cool.
sure.
Well, I love the monsters in it, that's for sure. That's partly one of the things that got me interested in making props.
I like the worlds that they're on.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That one definitely is my favorite.
Understandable.
And it has Ewoks.
It has Ewoks.
So if you don't like Ewoks, I don't know who you are, but they're amazing. I always wanted one of my very own.
Right. King Reptar 56, I have to go. Have fun with the rest of the project. Thank you. We're not finishing this today, but
Oh, definitely not.
but we'll be back next Monday, King. So if you want to come back, we'll be here doing this some more.
Yeah. You know,
Hey, Rick Skinner noticed my Big Trouble T-shirt. Thanks. First comment I've noticed that noticed my shirt. Big Trouble Little China.
Yeah, because you were gone during that first part. They noticed.
They noticed?
Yeah, they noticed.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. Yep, everyone's starting to sign off. Gotta go to work. Thanks again. That's all totally cool. We've got about another five minutes or so to our typical stream time for Mondays. Felicia and I like to do a live stream every Monday from noon to 2 our time. So you want to make sure you do a little conversion there for Pacific time to whatever time zone you happen to be in. I assume everyone's on a terrestrial time zone. If you're not in a terrestrial time zone, please let us know. That would be awesome to talk to you. And a hell of a delay. But we will be back again next Monday at noon, continuing the Witcher build. I might work on this so I don't spend the full 2 hours next time getting another inch done. Might. I kind of need to because it needs to get done and not.
We're really kind of getting down on this one, though. It's almost there.
We are, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, I got a little bit more on the girdle done than I expected.
Oh, nice.
So, next week we should be able to sew it all kind of together.
That'd be awesome. And I hope the grommets come in this week so we can actually put those in.
Because, see, we have our center front. And then we have our this side.
Okay.
And then we have this side and that side. And so we have the front, and then this all needs to go into the back. Although I may go back and trim off the seam allowance of our foam because I added the seam allowance to our patterns.
Right. And you want to have...
And I would,
Yeah.
I don't need it on the foam. I only need it on
only need it on the vinyl.
On the vinyl. So I realized that just now as I was speaking to you guys. But it's better to have too much than not enough.
Absolutely. And I'm enjoying the idea that we're going to take foam and line vinyl with foam. So this costume isn't going to breathe at all.
Do corsets breathe?
I don't know. Yes, I have worn a corset, but just generally speaking.
Toby. We'll be good.
We'll be good?
It's going to fit nicely.
Am I okay? Oh, I am okay.
Yeah.
I haven't got enough pieces going yet to have a consistent pattern, so I thought...
To see which direction you're going?
Yeah, so I thought I flipped around backwards again, but I didn't. I'm fine.
Did you? Let's just double check. You did.
What?
Because look, these ones would be flat and this one's not. And this one's flat and this one's not. So that one row is wrong. Corsets do breathe.
Yeah, they do.
Well, they are mostly made out of cotton, but yeah.
Fernando says, okay, my 15-minute break was up over 20 minutes ago. All right, well, thank you for hanging out. We'll be signing off here shortly as I redo yet another string of this stuff.
It's just getting it going.
It's just getting it going, exactly.
Yeah.
Getting it going, then you can see the pattern.
Yeah.
One last good question. Well, it's probably giving me more than that. Hey, Odin, any costume cosplay that I'd like to build that I haven't had a chance to do? There's been a few. And actually, I have started one of the ones that I've put off for a few years, and that's Mechagodzilla.
And you have the...
Got the head behind us, yeah.
The head video out now, so
right.
That's the hardest part.
Yep.
Tacking the head. Okay.
So aside from that, another one that I'd like to do that I just haven't done, I would like to do the Barbarian Leader from the Heavy Metal movie from the 80s, the animated version. He's one from the Tarna episode. He doesn't have a name. He's just Barbarian Leader.
Is that the...
That's the big red trench coat guy.
The red guy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades says, hey Odin, this is the way. Keeping the thing going from the Discord chat where they're trying to get Odin to say this is the way in Discord chat.
Oh, okay, that's why they keep popping that up.
Yeah, that's the whole Mandalorian thing, but...
Okay.
I don't know why it's really important to get Odin to say this is the way, but this is the way.
I don't know. Take a shot every time you do.
Oh, okay, is that what it is?
I don't know. Okay.
Yep.
Yay, things are actually coming together.
Yes, Jaden, Joe will be plastic dipping the helmet later on this afternoon, answering a question from Discord. Just saying how everyone's doing and knowing that Joe's taking a break to eat.
Okay, it goes that way. So I need 4 of those, and I need...
0 dislikes. Wow, that is amazing.
We're about to get one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bye. See you Monday. See you Monday.
Yep. Bye. See you Monday. I should make a Deadpool suit. Right. Any good how-tos on how to do that? That is a very unique, special, and not terribly complicated, but more complicated than I'm interested in doing.
Right.
As far as a suit, I know J Cosplay, KOTJ Cosplay. He's got one of the really good Deadpool suits. Simba's an awesome guy. So having seen that suit up close, and the textures on it, and the magnetic eyes, so you can swap out to get expressions. He's on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, no, I don't want to make a Deadpool suit. That's one of those things that, yeah, I do that. It's gonna look homemade, and that's okay. But it's gonna look homemade.
Yeah, definitely need spandex and textures and.
Yep.
You know what I really like is printed fabrics.
Yes.
I love that you can put any photo on fabrics. And we used to draw 6-packs on Anthony all the time.
Right.
And it looked real and amazing. And I feel like you could do that on fabric now.
Oh, totally.
Easily, and then instantly you have that texture shading. And so I would honestly look into getting
that done first.
Getting the fabrics and the textures and kind of moving from there.
I forget about that. I've seen the companies that offer to print a file onto spandex.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy grade spandex.
I think it's like something spoon, silver spoon, not silver spoon. I don't know, but there is a company that does it where you can get a small square. You don't have to do like large yardage. You can do like even smaller sample sizes, and they will print your photos directly onto that. And I also like the chainmail when they print it onto the fabric, because then you can have t-shirts. Yes.
Yes.
So I would definitely be playing with printed fabrics if I was to do a Deadpool print. I would play with different textures because I think that's where you're going to get the elevated level of costume versus just costume. You know,
right.
It's a level of costume because I feel like you could do it as simple as the red pajamas and I added some black and, you know.
Right, you can do that.
But then you could do, you know.
You can do textures, you can do
I would get
body
into
shading, you can do,
So to really get into textures and body shading, I probably would want to get a printed fabric. So, personally.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So how are we doing? We are over time.
We are over time.
Do you want to tell people, I guess, what we did? Or where we're at?
Where we're at. I managed to pull apart a whole package, actually not even that, like 3 sheets of chainmail and barely get anywhere because I'm starting over for the 4th time because I keep talking. What we've been doing is working on the Witcher armor. We're working on the basic vanilla Witcher armor from the game. This is the stuff you start with because it's kind of iconic may not be the right word, but it's the recognizable armor for everyone who hasn't played the game. It may not necessarily be the favorite best, but whatever.
You see it, you go, oh, that's the guy from Witcher.
Yeah, that's that guy with the name I can't pronounce. It's him.
Geralt.
Geralt.
Look, it's Geralt.
It's Geralt, yes. That's what I usually say. It's Geralt. And so that's what we're working on. And we're working on it because of the foam chainmail that we were able to get a hold of from Ben Eady and Foam Armory. So that's what we've been working on. That's what we're going to keep working on. We're getting close to the end. But honestly, this will probably still take to the end of the year because we're only doing this during the live stream. Yeah. I talk about, oh yeah, I can get this done and then we'll speed things up. But it doesn't happen because I'm too busy making other videos or, heaven forbid, not working for a minute. You know, maybe going to bed.
Who needs sleep?
Yeah, who needs sleep?
Right? So we made the upper clamshell so far. Sculpted out of foam backs so you can see what we kind of did. I know it's a little rough, but on the front, it's so pretty. And then we have the back too, but it's under everything. And then we have the upper arm and the lower upper arm pieces that need to be attached and riveted together. We're waiting on rivets for that.
So apparently pauldrons.
Pauldrons, yes, that's the correct term. And then
I kind of knew, but I never thought about those being pauldrons because I always think of plate mail.
Yeah, and then we have the beginnings of his girdle kind of coming out of here, out of this red foam that we've cut, and now I have to trim down because I left the seam allowance on it when I cut the foam. And the foam doesn't need the seam allowance, but the fabric does.
Fabric does, so it can wrap around the foam.
Yeah, and I think I'm probably going to do more seam allowance than the 1/4" seam allowance.
Okay.
For wrapping around the foam because my life will be so much easier. What I might end up doing is trimming this down and then putting it on the, gluing it down to the vinyl, trimming around the edge and then folding it. And then the side seams, it needs to be laced on the sides.
Right.
But the side fronts, I'll sew the...
Yeah, and the rivets will fit through this because this is only 2 mil, plus the vinyl is only going to be 3 or 4 mil at the most.
Yeah, so we won't run into issues with that.
Right.
But that's where we're at. We have the clamshell, the, what's the word again?
Pauldron.
Pauldron
could be right too.
Pauldron.
It's one of those words I've always read. So
yeah, it's like it's something I've read I haven't pronounced. And then we have the girdle that we're working on. And this chainmail is going to go down the center front and center back of our girdle. And then after this is done, and these are all kind of attached, we'll have his armor. And then Thorcules has lovingly, graciously donated the rest of the outfit.
I don't have it yet, but Thorcules has offered. So when we get our piece done, we should be able to suddenly borrow the rest and instantly have a full Witcher cosplay.
Right? So that's exciting. And hopefully it'll be ready for the 2nd season.
Hopefully. So we have a single dislike, which is too much. We told you that was going to happen. Well, we got a dislike. So I guess that's it, guys. We're good. We're out of here.
All
you know, somebody doesn't like us. Fine. You know, there's going to be lots of different ways that you can do a live stream. But with power outages and food being delivered, and actually a dog that behaves himself, this is how Odin and Felicia live stream.
At least we try.
We try. Thank you guys so much for participating. Thank you guys who do the super chat. That's amazing and appreciated. And thank you to all my patrons who are watching and to those who will watch. You guys, I say it at the end of the videos and it's true. You guys really do make this show possible.
Brought to you by viewers like you.
Just like you. Exactly.
Yes.
So.
Hello, goodbye, and it's been a pleasure.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Right?